Welcome to Cappamore for the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship clash between Doon and Ahane. Leo O'Connor joins me for commentary this afternoon here in Cappamore. Leo, it's very simple. A win for Doon, they're in a semi-final. Win for Ahane, they're in with a chance of a quarter-final with permutations elsewhere. It's a great Super Saturday to be involved in.
Absolutely, but I just feel, John, probably the most important thing that has changed in the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship in the last week are the fields now, because suddenly the amount of rain we've had this week, it's really going to influence the games. The top of the ground stuff is it's gradually coming to an end, and certainly this field here is in absolutely immaculate condition. We saw the way it played here last week in the county minor final, so today's game for Ahane is a must-win situation for Ahane to stay in the Senior Hurling Championship, whereas Doon, I suppose, have that little bit of a comfort. 12 months ago Ahane got over Doon here, but I fully expect Doon to go out and give it everything today, and without shadow of a doubt Ahane, as I said, fighting for their lives.
Doon probably haven't reached the heights of last season as of yet, but with a wily guy like Derek McGrath involved, they're timing what they're doing, while Ahane, that victory over Patrick's Wells reignited their chances in this championship. It is do or die for Ahane today as well, though. That's
what I'm saying. It's Ahane are on their backs here now. You know what I mean? And they're pending results elsewhere as well. So from that point of view, it's all there to play for Ahane. But certainly Doon won't want to go into a county semi-final on the back of a defeat or anything like that. You know what I mean? Pending results. And as I said, I think Doon have been nicely ticking over through the championship, and I fully expect them to give it everything here today, whereas last year they tried a few things and they learned a lot, and maybe, they went on and won it last year, and I haven't learned a lot in this fixture last year. But it's a chance for Derek McGrath to find out what he has and to see where he is right now, and then, as I said, Ahane giving it everything, trying to stay in the championship.
Indeed, a very fascinating contest ahead here in Cappamore. We're throwing is at 5 p.m. We'll have team news shortly.
Brian Healy Electrical are driven to provide our clients with a complete, quality, cost-effective electrical service installation and after-sales care service which is second to none, while maintaining safety for all and cooperation with all relevant parties.
Welcome back to Cappamore for this Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Round 5 in Group 1. It's Doon versus Ahane here. Changeable weather conditions so far here in Cappamore, to say the least. Leo O'Connor rejoins me. Leo, we got a beautiful sunshine. We've had a fair belt of rain here as well. They will have an impact in the game, these conditions, for sure.
Absolutely, but we just had a bit of what I would term a blustery shower there, and it seems to have blown over again already. But certainly the weather conditions, the game, as I said in our pre-commentary for the game, that the fields have changed now. They're going to be soft on top, stopping as we go, and fields are going to be digging up and turning and twisting on the surfaces that are there now. It's just going to change the lie of the land within the championship.
We'll give you a quick rundown on the two teams now here in Cappamore for this game, starting with Ahane. In goals is Kyle Ryan, full back line of Andy Rosum, Podrick Harnett and Gavin Rosum, half back line Dan Minahan, Dan Morrissey, and the Ahane captain Kieran Barry. Midfield sees Conor Ryan partnered by Conor Heffernan. Ronan Fox, Tom Morrissey and John O'Connor are in the half forward line. Full forward line, Mark Donnellan, Will McCormack and Jack Cosgrove. Over to the Doon side now in goals, Dara Stapleton. Mikey O'Brien, wearing number 17, comes into the Doon full back line, and he's joined by Tommy Hayes and Cian O'Donovan. Chris Thomas, Barry Murphy and number 19 Aidan O'Connell make up the half back line on the Doon team. Aidan O'Connell coming in for the injured Richie English. Dara O'Donovan captains the side from midfield. He's joined in that line by Jack Ryan. And the half forward line, Gareth Thomas, Adam English and Eddie Stokes. Full forward line for Doon, number 13 Donald Coughlin, Kevin Maher at full forward, and number 20 Dean Coleman coming in for Pat Ryan. Leo, the two sides there, plenty of strength on both, but losing the likes of Richie English and Pat Ryan to injury is a big blow for Doon.
It is. But look, without shadow of a doubt, I mean, like Richie English's power and the pace coming through the middle, he's more than proved it this year in the senior hurling championship. Probably leading into county hurler in Limerick at this stage now. The way the young fellas progressing the whole time. But certainly from a club point of view, Doon will dramatically lose that. And as I said, the experience of Pat Ryan inside, even like Pat Ryan has a lot of years left in him yet, and that dynamic, where he can pull a goal out of nowhere for you, and certainly as I've so Doon will be sadly lacking that. But look, it is what it is, and they'll go out and they'll take the challenge, and I fully expect them to give it everything here, because it's always great when you have momentum, John, when you keep that going and keep that winning streak going, and I've no doubt that Doon will want to do that today.
Indeed they will. Result from the other game that was just finished up a couple of minutes ago in Clahon and the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Group 1 is Napier who are already qualified for the semi-finals. They've beaten Patrick Swellen at 226 to 214 scoreline there. First half goals from Peter Casey and Adrian Breen in that one. Of course, at the same time this evening in Newcastle West, Kilmallock are playing Ballybrown. We're told that there is a 10-minute delay in that game, so we will bring you updates of scores from that as they happen. Leo, there's a big crowd here. We were here last week for the Premier Minor Hurling final between the two clubs we're seeing again this evening, but it's good to see a big crowd despite the weather conditions as well.
Absolutely, there's a fair crowd now at the far side, all sprinkled down along the side underneath the stand, and look, it's great to see for Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. And look, I'm just really looking forward to this one, because I think Ahane are going to go out and give it one hell of a go and see where it takes them. The first 30 minutes, get to half time, see where they are, and heads up and think it through again, and away you go again. So it's a game where everything for Ahane to gain and nothing for Doon to lose at the end of the day. But Doon, as I said, Doon won't want to lose that winning streak.
No, they will not. Both sides now going through their final stages of their warm-up. Referee for this afternoon or this evening's game is Kieran Ganna from Fiona Castlemahan Club. Leo, conditions, as we've said, we've mentioned it several times, but they're the same for both teams as well, which must be noted. How they navigate them, though, is going to be key this evening.
Absolutely. You can see the determination there, Ahane very much together there in the huddle now. One of the things that just, and the back of my head would be from the Ahane point of view, is the 3 minors that played last week, and they'll have to shake off the memories of that, even against the same club and in the same field. So they'll have to pretty much shake off that, or get it out of their head and get themselves settled early in the game, like with John O'Connor, Conor Ryan, and young Jack Cosgrave. So from that point of view, look, it's something that Ahane will have to work their way through this and take the challenge.
Moments away from throw-in here, and there will be, of course, a minute's silence this evening as well. Donald Hines, clubman from Ahane, who passed away in the last couple of days, a great clubman who did everything you could possibly do for a club, from the likes of cleaning dressing rooms, Leo, cutting the grass, and sadness at a great loss for the Ahane club, and of course thoughts with the Hines family at this time as well.
Absolutely. Look, as I said, both teams in the huddle now at the moment. Look, it's conditions are absolutely perfect now. The game will be that little bit slower, John, with the top of the surface. It'll slow down. I'm sure that both teams will be firing slitters in and out, so the slitter's not going to be the problem today. It's going to be the conditions of the field, and let's see what happens. And look, as I said, everything to play for.
Indeed it is. We do have beautiful sunshine at the moment here in Caffamore. We'd hope, for everyone's sake, that it stays that way, but sadly, from what we've seen throughout the afternoon in the East Limerick and all over Limerick City and County, the conditions should and could be very changeable for this evening's game. Hoping for a fine game of hurling, of course. This is an East Derby, as well as Leo Connor mentioned, just like last week's Premier Minor Hurling final. And Doon strong favourites for this game, even despite the late changes to their side, the loss of Owen Fitzgibbon as well, Mikey O'Brien coming in for him, Richie English and Pat Ryan off the Doon side. But we will now pause for that minute silence for Donald Hines. Impeccably observed minute silence here. Leo, Doon versus Ahane. Who's going to come out on top?
It looks like that Doon are going playing against the breeze. And look, Ahane, they'll have to build up a couple of minutes or a couple of, in the first 10 minutes of it, they'll have to settle really early and get themselves into a game that really that have it all to play for. If that minute silence is in to go by, you see the unity in the Ahane set up there. Every member of their background team all in for the minute silence. So look, everything to play for.
Absolutely is here, and the ball is thrown in by the referee Kieran Gannan. Dara Fitzgibbon, or Dara O'Donovan I should say, onto it to Adam English. English switches it back now to Donald Coughlin from the 65 metre line. Donald Coughlin has a crack, first white of the game, but Doon very sharp from the throw-in.
Absolutely. Then again, going back to their go-to man Adam English, Dara O'Donovan there using all his experience and popping the ball off.
And moving this one quickly, Padraig Harnett delivering into the full forward line. Towards the full forward, Will McCormack breaks away from him, and Aidan O'Connell in possession for Doon over on that far side. Hand pass off to Tommy Hayes, and it's Doon now moving the ball forward. Hayes going with it. As he overcarried it, he's just away, got it away quickly enough, and it's Eddie Stokes takes the hand pass off his left hand side from that touchline. Eddie Stokes has hit that one to the right and wide as well. But as I said, Leo, Doon looking very, very sharp early doors.
Absolutely, 2 wides in the first 30 seconds of the game, but it's their that experience and that composure, the way they work through the ball through the lines and popped it off and create the opportunity for Eddie. Unfortunately, that one just went wide.
Kyle Ryan with this puck will go straight down the middle, using that advantage of the breeze. It's won back there by Doon. It's picked up by Adam English. Now it's Doon moving it. Just that pass delivered towards Jack Ryan. A little bit too much in it on that occasion. And it was Mikey O'Brien with that delivery. Didn't go to plan. Sideline ball for Ahane.
Yeah, it's interesting. The way Doon have defended that underneath that puck out there, it was really, really combust and tight.
And Donald Coughlin doing very well to win that one. Just forced out over the sideline by a combination of Ronan Fox, Tom Marcy and Dan Minahan, and sideline ball now for Ahane, and it's Minahan who's going to take it himself. But early stages here, very, very tight marking and physical contest here is Minahan. Lovely low delivery, but straight down the bread basket of Barry Murphy. Murphy with time and space to deliver into the full forward line, looking for Kevin Maher. Blocked down though by Padraig Harnett. Ball breaking there. Dean Coleman with a little push on the back of the Ahane defender. I think it was Padraig Harnett in there. In fact, it wasn't. It was Gavin Rowsome. Free out to Ahane.
Yeah, but you see the ball, Barry Murphy drilled an absolutely brilliant ball in top of Kevin Maher inside. But certainly the Ahane full back came out and just broke it down in front and laid it off, and lucky to get a free there.
Yeah, Kieran Barry looks to have been the man moved into full back there to take care of Kevin Maher. So the Ahane captain moving from wing back into the full back position. And Ronan Fox seems to be operating in the full forward line, so positional changes aplenty for both sides.
Absolutely, and just looking down the sideline here, John Meskel is trying to get his matchups right, and he's looking they're scanning the field himself and the background team.
And he's back now to Dara Stapleton. Switch of play, lovely delivery across the field to Cian O'Donovan. The call for Cian O'Donovan's the carry. He opts against it and delivers it high and long towards Kevin Maher in the full forward line. Maher gets the hand up, gets a hand to it, breaks to Dean Coleman. Dean Coleman off his right hand side. 3 minutes on the clock, Leo. First score of the game.
No, unfortunately, John, I think that one just went wide.
It has, yeah, it has been waved wide.
So
apologies.
Doon's third wide.
Third wide of the game for Doon. Got a bit excited there, Leo. Didn't wait for the white flag, and that ball delivered towards Tom Marcy. Murphy leaves it go over the two of them. It's Barry Murphy. Switch of play. Darragh O'Donovan was the man calling for it. Good work there from the Ahane players to surround him though and win it, and they have advantage too here. They're going to keep moving forward with it. Hand pass trying to come into Ronan Fox. It was a great bit of work. I think it was Mark Donnellan on that far side. That was one to free for Ahane. A chance for Tom Morrissey to put them in front.
Yeah, came out and turned over the man and just stepped back inside and won a very good free for Ahane. One that should get the scoreboard ticking over from or is it just gone? No, it's just on the edge of the arc with Tom Morrissey. You expect Tom to bang this one over the bar and get the scoreboard ticking over from the Ahane point of view.
First chance of the game.
Is he pushing him back out to the edge of the football D?
This. It is now a chance for Morrissey to put Ahane 1 point in front. Checks the breeze. Tough to grasp. And that's Tom Morrissey with this free for Ahane, and fairly regulation want to start his afternoon evening off.
Just watching this, John, the setup of Doon is a fairly interesting setup. The way they are for the puck out. There's a bunch of players at the far side of the field, 3 of them over at the far side of the field, all within 30 yards of each other, and the wing back on this side coming high up the field.
And it's Tara Stapleton with that puck out. Goes long. 10 Minahan is there. Good take from the Ahane wing back, and Minahan now looking to deliver just straight down the middle again. And Doon able to pick that one up. And it's Mikey O'Brien again that's there. Darragh O'Donovan picking up the loose ball now off his left, delivering inside for the movement of Adam English, who has switched to a couple of positions in the early stages here. It's English looking for a bit of support. Sees it in Donald Coughlin. Lovely delivery. Coughlin now into the middle to Darragh O'Donovan from inside his own half. O'Donovan strikes that brilliantly, and that is the first score of the game for Doon.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you, the way Adam came out, the patience came out, gathered possession, popped it off, and then gave it to Donald Coughlin. Donald Coughlin back to Darragh, standing in the middle of the field, and a great strike against the breeze, all of 80 yards over the bar.
Cathal Ryan with this puck out. It's Doon that are there to it first again, but have it free as well there. It's good work in the middle of the park. Conor Ryan, I think it was, and it's such an impressive performance last week in the Premier Minor. Finally started very well here, winning that free and a chance for Marcy to add his second score.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes last week he really controlled the game in that minor when Ahane needed him to step up, and then when they were pushing back centre back, they seemed to have drifted out of it. To their consequences, they were turned over. But look, another free for Tom Morrissey here, 65 metres out.
Here's Morrissey again. The angle shouldn't be much of an issue. A swirling breeze, and Morrissey hits that one very, very well in lead indeed, I should say. 2 points to 1 in Ahane's favour. And a little warning for Doon, Leo, especially with this breeze. If they're going to give frees away, Morrissey will invariably score them.
Yeah, the game is 9 minutes on now, John. And if you look at it from another point of view, Ahane's playing with the breeze. Ahane's 2 scores have come from frees, and Doon, without shadow of a doubt, have created more opportunities with their 3 wides early in the game.
And Scarlett Thomas here has the ball. There's the hand man down, so referee Kieran Gannad just says we'll slow this one down, we'll blow the whistle and get the attention needed. It will be a Doon indirect free, given that they had possession though. And the Adam English may be over it, maybe trying to try something, Leo, at this stage from an indirect free. We're seeing more and more of them as play has this rule come in and it's taken
there's
quickly.
The runners off it into the space, look at that.
Darragh O'Donovan looking for Dean Coleman. Coleman now, will he take on his man? That's exactly what Dean Coleman has done. Takes the strike on, does Dean Coleman, but to the left and wide. 4th wide of the game for Ahane.
Yeah, but just looking there, the big clump of grass that has come up off the field there when Dean dug in his heel to try and turn. You can see the top of the surface is pretty soft.
Kieran Barry now delivering down the line into the full forward line. Good take over there to Will McCormack. The full forward tried to play that one inside, but it's picked up. And Doon very aware of where the players are and the movement in front of them. And there's a chance now for Jack Ryan to find Adam English. English has been told to take on Conor Heffern, and that's exactly what Adam English has done. Mark Donnellan trying to chase him. Adam English just couldn't catch it again. Good work rate from Ahane, but a 5th wide of the evening for Doon in the early stages of this game, Leo, where we played nearly 8 minutes.
Adam will be disappointed with that one, to be quite honest. Had a little bit more time, I think, than he realised, and should have come back in field and popped it over the bar.
It's John O'Connor trying to take on Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan has nicked it, has the advantage as well. Darragh O'Donovan is not happy with the nature of the challenge from Conor Ryan either, is the Doon captain, but they will have a free. And Adam English making his way back to take this one on.
Hard to believe the game is on 10 minutes and Doon have had 5 wides already in the first 10 minutes of the game. They'll need to have a look at that going forward. Just composure here from Adam English. He's on his own 65 now, just inside it actually.
Yeah, slowing everything down.
Yeah, just using all his experience, bringing the man back to field to take that. Slow the game down, get another 30 seconds out of it playing against the breeze.
It is English. Had that shot moments ago. That was off target, but this one from a placed ball from his own 65. Strike is good, but again, just tailing to that right and wide, Leo. And to be fair to the players, it is a 6 wide for Doon, but the conditions are very difficult for striking.
Conditions are very difficult there. He's striking it into the breeze there, and you can see the breeze is kind of blown into the bottom left-hand corner here, into what we call the village end of the ground.
Huge puck out from Cathal Ryan. Breaks inside though, and it's played simply out to Jack Ryan. Touches good from Ryan into his hand. Gets the hand pass away now into Eddie Stokes there. Stokes under pressure. Gets that hand pass away to Adam English. English delivering. Good movement inside from Kevin Marr. There's 2 hand defenders there. Kieran Barry doing very, very well. And Dan Minahan now with time and space to get his clearance away.
And that's exactly what he's done. Heading towards Tom Morris. A little hit in the back of the helmet of Tom Morrissey. Needless one from Barry Murphy. And it's a free to Ahane. And Leo, you can see what Ahane are trying to do in their own full back line. Very good bit of play from Kieran Barry and supported by Dan Minahan.
Absolutely, yeah. Like it's 2 against 1 situation. They have the sweeper inside, and he's just picking up the handy ball there. But you just wonder, there was a man 20 yards off him further up the field that maybe if the ball went short. I know that or Thomas after winning the free here, and certainly that'll be a good matchup between himself and Barry Murphy all afternoon.
That's Morrissey. 2 points to his name thus far. The only Ahane scorer. See from when we are in the commentary box, the wind is difficult. That's an outrageous strike from Morrissey. Leo, there was no hint of wind in that, the way he hit right through it. Beautiful strike.
Absolutely, and perfect height as well, the way he struck the ball, to be quite honest. Marvellous striker.
So 10 minutes gone in this Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship tie, and it is Ahane leading 3 points to 1 as Barry Murphy, off he goes. Chris Thomas now has had a great year for Doon from a scoring point of view, gets that hand pass away to Dean Coleman. Coleman with the strike. Coleman has sent that to the right and was 3 whites for him. I think it's 7 overall now for Doon.
Absolutely. The white count is beginning to build up, but when you look at it another way, it's their dominance as well that they're creating the chances, and unfortunately they're not going over the bar at the moment.
Puck out from Cahill Ryan. Doon again have picked up the loose ball, and it's Adam English as Donald Coughlin right in front of him, opts for Eddie Stokes instead. Stokes moving forward, gets that hand pass away to Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan, good bit of defending from Conor Ryan, and the second time around as well, but Jack Ryan now moving forward. Dan Morrissey gets an important flick to that, and Dan Minahan, the sweeper in the Ahane defence, has picked that loose one up once more.
That ball had gone through, other than Dan deflecting it, the goal opportunity would have become available to Doon.
And Doon have managed to nullify this attack. The crossfield ball from Tommy Hayes goes straight to Tom Morrissey, and Morrissey will eat those up all day long. Mistake in the Doon full back line, and it's a 4th point of the game for Tom Morrissey.
I have no wides in the game in 14 minutes, but the simple fact of the matter is they've had 3 frees and 1 shot off from Tom Morrissey. No other forward has had a shot off at the moment, so something that they'll have to look at.
Jack Ryan now in a bit of space to run on, gives it to Eddie Stokes, doesn't win to take it. Dean Coleman does very well to pick up that ball though under pressure. Coleman now delivering. Jack Ryan in time and space, and Ryan from straight in front should hit the target. This time he does. It's 7 wides it remains for Doon, but a good score, very well worked score as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Brings it 4 points to 2 in favour of Ahane. But as I said, it's one of the things that Ahane have got to look at. There's no forward at the moment, and the match is on 14 minutes, and there's no forward has got a shot off other than Tom Morrissey.
And there's a slight delay to this now as Dean Coleman receiving a bit of treatment, and has been a prominent figure wearing number 20 coming in for Pat Ryan in this Doon side. There's 2 points apiece in Newcastle West between Ballybrown and Kilmallock in the early stages of that game. As we said, delay in Newcastle West ahead of that throw-in. This one goes long. Great take from Morrissey. Gets that hand pass away to John O'Connor. Ball doesn't bounce up easy. O'Connor under pressure has managed to get the ball into his hand, and Doon have turned it over through Tommy Hayes. It's in now to Donald Coughlin from Darragh O'Donovan. There's time and space for Coughlin. He's got Adam English on his shoulder here. Donald Coughlin though is going to take it on himself. Donald Coughlin with the strike, and Leo, when you have Adam English inside, it should have went inside. Hindsight's great, but that was the option for Donald Coughlin there.
That was the option for Donald Coughlin, but you can't blame him for going for the score either, because you know he had that much space in front of him and unfortunately didn't go over the bar. But as I said, the white count is beginning to mount.
8 wide so far for Doon, but as Leo O'Connor mentioned moments ago, is a sign of their dominance too, as Chris Thomas takes on possession for Doon outside to Cian O'Donovan on that far side. Pressure coming on from Jack Cosgrove, but it's delivered by Cian O'Donovan in towards Kevin Maher. Maher goes up, doesn't win it, and well, he flicks it away from Dan Morrissey, and it's Dean Coleman now off his left for Doon, and that's an excellent score for Coleman, and that's 1 point between them yet again.
Absolutely, but as I said, like Dean has had 3 wides earlier in the game, but it's the simple fact of the matter that he's working himself into these positions to avail and shoot, and certainly I knew at some stage we were going to start working for him, and the radar's in now.
Again long from Cahill Ryan. Tommy Hayes under pressure from Will McCormack, and battle on the ground. McCormack has done very well to win possession for Han. Can he win a free here as well? The referee Kieran Gannas says no. It's Will McCormack still going, tries the hand pass. Tommy Hayes has got back though and put enough pressure on. There is a push in the back though, and there is going to be a free into Han.
Yeah, like Derek's getting a little bit frustrated down in front of us here. Probably should have been dealt with. Picton just came out and cleared it. But certainly another scoring opportunity from the free for Tom Morrissey.
And given what we've seen from Morrissey so far, 4 shots, 4 points, 3 frees and 1 from play for the Ahane marksman. There's a chance to add to his total and restore a 2-point advantage for Ahane. John Meskel giving a bit of advice and support to some of his players as Morrissey hits this one between the posts once again. So 5 points to 3, Leo. We have played 15 minutes.
Absolutely, 4 frees for Ahane and 1 from play for Ahane. So look, it's just they haven't really settled it yet and got really, to be quite honest, the movement up there is pretty limited at the moment.
Dara Stapleton goes straight down the middle. A very fine strike into the breeze here. Dropping. Dan Morrissey is up there. It breaks, and it breaks for Doon. That's Dean Coleman off his right hand side. It's another score for Dean Coleman. No doubt about that one. Ran onto the breaking ball, Leo, and well, had the accuracy, and he's certainly got his eye in now.
Yeah, the eye is in. There's no doubt about that. But more importantly, I think from the Doon point of view, that's his 5th shot off, and he's put the last 2 over the bar. And as I said, the radar's working.
Indeed it is. It's a 1-point game yet again here. Battle on the ground there. And again, it's Ahane trying to come out with Eddie Stokes using his power and size. But it's Conor Heffernan gets that hand pass off to Conor Ryan, and Ryan leaves this one out. Call comes from that right hand side. It's Padraig Harnett out there. Harnett now has been fouled. Plays the ball inside anyway, but no need to worry about it. Didn't matter where it went. Another free for Ahane.
I suppose that little pop pass there with the hurley off there to Padraig Harnett, and you see the ball. He was expecting it to run that a little bit further, and it stuck. But look, he got possession, stepped inside, and a small little bit of a high tackle, and a free again for Tom Morrissey. What's 60 metres out?
Yes, Morrissey has been lethal so far in this game. That's another chance for him. Add to his total, which is all 5 of Ahane's points thus far. Has the advantage of the breeze, which he's navigated very well from the 4 he scored in this game from place balls. It's another one for Morrissey. 6 points to 4, Leon. Again, it's a further reminder to Doon, if they keep giving away frees, he'll nail them. Yeah,
Thomas as accurate as ever. Bangs them straight over the bar. High ball in again on top of Kevin Maher.
In towards Maher once more, broken down again, and it is in the hands of Donald Coughlin. Coughlin's been fouled, still goes Donald Coughlin. Easy take for Cathal Ryan on the line, but he's won a free. Donald Coughlin, the challenge came in from Gavin Rossum, and a free into Doon. First chance for Adam English, well, second chance, but the first one from close range.
Yeah, in fairness to Conor Barry, or Kieran Barry back there, he's fighting hard and he's battling everything, and every ball is breaking off him, so it's important that these 2 cornerbacks are in around him, to be quite honest, because Kevin Maher is no easy man to handle. But certainly it's only a matter of time that you feel that the goal opportunity is going to come at the wrong end of the field from an Ahane point of view.
Yeah, it looks dangerous anytime it goes in there as Adam English makes no mistake from there. 18 minutes now we're coming up to, and it is a 1-point game again.
Yeah, just Doon's composure is really, in their experience, is really beginning to tell now.
Puck out now, Tom Morrissey breaks it down, but it is picked up by Eddie Stokes, and Starrett Donovan under pressure gets that delivery away in towards Dean Coleman once more. Coleman really starting to have a big influence in the game, but Ahane have got bodies around it this time. Dan Morrissey, one of them in there, but does break. And it breaks inside here. Dara Donovan had run right into the full forward line, eventually chased back by Conor Ryan, but Tom Morrissey now under pressure here, tries to deliver it, well blocked down by Chris Thomas, picked up by Dan Minahan. Minahan now moving forward with it, comes back across there from Ronan Fox, and it goes to the right and wide lay, and Ronan Fox provides a hand with their first wide of the game.
Their first wide of the game, 21 minutes into the game, to be quite honest. That's not good enough at this level, to be quite honest. Playing with what breeze is there.
Kieran Barry is beaten to that one by Kevin Maher, and Maher's off. Can he get the shot away off his left? He can indeed, and Kevin Maher has sent it high and sent it over the bar, all square, Leo. And that's an excellent score from Kevin Maher.
Yeah, but you see the value of having a big, tall, strong man inside in the edge of the square. Certainly that came at an angle, and it was very hard for Kieran Barry to come through the back of that.
Long puck out from Cathal Ryan again, breaks inside. John O'Connor trying to get onto it for a hand. He's well marshalled back there by Barry Murphy. There's a push in the Doon defender this time. Mikey O'Brien is the man who was fouled. And Doon maybe just starting to get a grips. They've been dominant in that full back line, Leo, and it's very difficult to see where Ahane are going to get chances inside there at the moment.
That's insane, like, and you have Barry Murphy back there showing all his experience, and Dara just 10 yards in front of him. So when they're getting the opportunity for the ball, for the out ball, they're just working through the lines and using that experience.
Goals for Ballybrown in Newcastle West, 1-5 to 4 points. Ross Kenny with that for them, and it is Ballybrown in control of that one. Dan Marcy playing that one towards Mark Donlan. Excellent bit of work from Jack Rindon. The delivery comes in from Ryan towards Maher once more. Kevin Maher now gets that shot away, and Kevin Maher has sent it between the posts, looking very, very sharp when he gets the ball in the hand.
Yeah, it is, but more importantly, from Kevin's point of view, the ball is coming at an angle there, and he's able to run onto it, turn there, and you see a very strong score off his right hand side. Short puck out going Doon, or going by Ahane.
Get that delivery away, but there are plenty of Doon defenders there. And the ball comes into Darragh O'Donovan, quickly delivered inside from him. Kieran Barry is up there for Ahane. Kevin Maher is there as well for Doon though. Ball on the ground at the moment. Breaks for Dean Coleman. Coleman with the shot. And it's another one for Doon. Another one for Coleman as well. And just all of a sudden, Leo, it's Doon leading by 2.
Yeah, it's amazing what the first one goes over the bar. As I said, he's getting these opportunities. He's reading the breaking ball off Kevin Maher. That's his third point from play. Line ball at the far side now, unfortunately, for a point of view.
Yeah, and it's 4 in a row from Doon as well. On 6 to 4 points now. Ballybrown leading. Brian Griffin has put them 5 points clear. 13 minutes gone in that. As we said earlier, 10-minute delay in that game. I'm not sure the reasons why, but it is Ballybrown currently leading that one, Leon. Just judging by what we're seeing here so far, very impressive stuff from Doon.
Yeah, very impressive. Their experience, their composure, the way they're working the ball through the lines, and certainly, as I said, Darragh Donovan out in the middle of the field, they're giving a great diagonal ball into Kevin Maher, and like as the Doon half forward line, Donald Coughlin, Dean Coleman, they're all running off and they're all making. It's only a matter of time before one pops and sticks, and balls could be end up in the back of the net.
It could be that moment here for Ahane. The sideline cut from Darragh O'Donovan falls to Adam English. Well, it was right into the run of Adam English. Second point of the game for the Doon, number 11, is first from play.
Yeah, look, as I said, they're making the runs, and you keep making the runs, one of them will stick and it'll come off you.
Ahane now in need of something quickly here. It's well taken there by Will McCormack. McCormack now taking on a number of players here. But Doon are diligent in their defensive work again. Dan Marcy trying to win it for Ahane, kicking it forward, doing anything he can to advance the ball here for his side. Darragh O'Donovan, him in the battle there. O'Donovan unable to keep it in play, and it's a line ball for Ahane.
Yeah, Darragh just trying to come across Dan Morrissey there and just kicked it out over the line ball for Ahane. Look, the game is Doon's experience underneath the dropping ball. They're getting the numbers and they're really turning over Ahane there.
It's Tom Morrissey blocked down again there by Mikey O'Brien. Breaking ball to Barry Murphy. Roland Fox trying to put him under pressure. He's done enough to put him off, Roland Fox, but Murphy gets it at the second. Hand pass off to Darragh O'Donovan. Doesn't get all of that strike, but it still could work out for Doon. And heading towards the ball is Donald Coughlin. Breaks for Dean Coleman. Lovely pickup for Coleman. Delivers inside. He's not hit late, says referee Kieran Ganna, and it's Ahane that have it. Initially, anyway, it's going to be a free to Ahane. Kevin Maher pulling Kieran Barry off the ball, and Tom Morris is going to traipse all the way back to take this one, Leo.
Yeah, is he going back to field? It looks like it.
Ball's been brought forward as well, I think, here.
Is it? Yeah, ball being brought forward here. Certainly it's more an advantageous position for Tom to strike this one over the bar on his own 65-metre line.
It is now a much needed chance for Ahane. They've been limited to scraps in the last 10 minutes or so, and it's Marcy that is providing those scraps for Ahane thus far. He is on the Doon 65-metre line.
Fully expect, tap this over the bar straight as a die, dead straight in the middle of the field.
Middle of the field indeed. Not on the 65-metre line as Morrissey attempts this one. Straight in front. Again, angle shouldn't be an issue. Ball didn't come up brilliantly for Tom Morrissey there. Hits the post, breaks down, and onto it straight away was Cian O'Donovan. And it's Doon that were alive to that chance, and they've been alive to most things in the opening 24 minutes here. But Barry Murphy blocked down on this occasion by Will McCormack. Needless push though by McCormack. Gives Doon the free. But again, you just see the sharpness, Leo, as I mentioned. The ball hits the post, they were onto it in a flash. Yeah,
Just looking at the scoreboard there, 9 points to 6 in favour of Doon. You wouldn't think it, do you know what I mean, that we just trundling along, as we saw it last week in the Mind. They stay there, and they keep that scoreboard ticking over, and they'll be very happy with where they are right now.
Dara Stapleton delivering this one. It's a strike. The ball had been dropped. It's into the back of the net as Cathal Ryan, the goalkeeper, but Kevin Maher clearly standing inside the square on that occasion.
Kevin Maher was nearly behind it, the goalkeeper at this stage, but look, no doubt about it, square ball.
A relatively easy decision for the referee
exactly.
on this occasion. Cathal Ryan taking that free quickly again, going straight down the middle with it. Breaking ball, Ahane gets to it first. Will McCormack coming out, but it breaks to Doon. Eddie Stokes now off to Darragh O'Donovan. Checks his second option. Does O'Donovan switch a play off his left? A beautiful ball out towards Dean Coleman. Coleman has beaten Andy Rossum to it. Rossum though does well to get back. And it's a battle on now, and it's Ahane that have it back there. Have the advantage of a free as well here. Before moving it forward now, shot coming in from Jack Cosgrove. He's gone high with it. It's a beautiful strike from Cosgrove. It's a beautiful score from Jack Cosgrove, and the first Ahane player to score outside of Tom Morrissey. And it's a much needed one too, Leo.
It's the first Ahane player to get a shot off. Is it the second Ahane player to get a shot off? We're 26, 27 minutes into the game. You know, something, as I said, something they're going to have to look at half time.
2-point game yet again here as Doon on the front foot once more, breaking into Donald Coughlin. Goal chance here. Is he pulled back by Gavin Rossum? Referee says no, and the ball is played out to Conor Ryan. I think Doon may have had decent calls for a free on that occasion. Delivered inside the full forward line. John O'Connor has it. So O'Connor still going with it, plays it across the edge of the square. There's no one there. It probably was a shot, and Dara Stapleton takes that one at his ease. And so O'Donovan now heading out to his own 45, gets the hand pass away, and it's Doon now through Barry Murphy. Delivery up the line from Murphy. It's a good one to Adam English. English turning back onto his right hand side, takes that one on himself. There's Adam English, and it's two. They're right and wide.
Yeah, another wide for Doon, but to be quite honest, more worrying. There was three players touched the ball, and no hand player got in a tackle. Just ominous signs from.
It is Ahane now on that far side once more, moving forward. Shot coming in from Ronan Fox. They need it again. That's an excellent score from Ahane and Leo. Eventually they've got other players outside of Morrissey taking shots on, and proof in the pudding there from the last two scores, Jack Cosgrave.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great score from Jack Cosgrave. Worked the ball out to the far side of the field and popped over the bar. 9 points to 8. That makes it. And
Ronan Fox with that latest one, as Darragh O'Donovan delivers inside towards Maher again. Could hold up in the wind. Cathal Ryan is off his line. Ball stops in the mud. Kieran Barry heading back towards goal. Has more time than he realises this time, and does well to pick out a teammate, Padraig Harnett. Lovely little flick off now to Andy Rossum. As Rossum delivers long in towards goal. There's no free back there. John O'Connor and Tommy Hayes clashing. No sign of a free. Wide ball.
Yeah, their second wide of the game. But certainly they need to get more players involved inside in that full forward line. The ball has gone in there, and there's no hand player in there.
And here's Jack Ryan moving now into the middle. He goes with the pass to Donald Coughlin. Touch from Coughlin is good. Needs a bit of help now though. Tries to strike it. It's blocked down. Ahane are onto it again here. Adam English, gorgeous hand pass from English. Donald Coughlin plays it high inside. There's two men in there, Maher and Coleman. Ball breaks in behind and then in front to Maher. Maher now unable to get it into hand, and Ahane have swarmed around it, and they come out with possession. Well, try to anyway. Donald Coughlin can't get it either. It's going to be a free out to Ahane. Wild pull from the Doon forward.
Yeah, just they're lucky there in the break of the ball. Kevin Maher popped it because there was a runner coming off his shoulder there, and if it had stuck, certainly would have created a goal opportunity. But look, Jack Ryan has been absolutely, the way he's covering back in front of that Ahane full back line, or the Doon full back line is back. It's absolutely a joy to watch. Adam, oh, what a pass.
What a pass from English to Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan
what a score.
With that strike, and you're not going to find too many better scores than that. Ryan to English, English to O'Donovan. One of the passes of the season we've seen, Leo.
Absolutely, completely on the blind. Just, as we call it, the brick flick over his back, over his head, and Darragh O'Donovan went it and struck it over the bar from 80 yards out. Great score.
And there is now a free for Ahane. Will McCormack, who's done a lot of running and heavy load work-wise from the handful forward as well. He's won another free there. A chance for Morrissey to make it a 1 point game again.
Yeah, certainly need to be working harder out around the middle of the field, getting as much ball, getting the ball in a lot quicker than what to do. The ball seems to be very slow, it seems to be very methodical, and look, it's to their detriment, to be quite honest, in the first half here.
It is Morrissey has 6 of those Ahane scores in this first half. As Ballybrown leading 110 to 7 points in that other game this evening, as Morrissey hits that one, and the accuracy is there once again for the Ahane number 11.
Yeah, as I said, it's going to be a problem in the second half. 1 minute of injury time, 1 minute extra time here in the first half, but it's going to become an issue in the second half. They need to be getting shots off and they need to be creating goal opportunities.
Dara Stapleton goes short and then goes long, right up towards Maher. Maher with a great take, Kevin Maher. I guess that hand pass away. He has the free, could be a goal chance developing. No, doesn't happen for Chris Thomas on this occasion, but what a take from Maher.
As I said, if you keep pumping ball in like that, it's very hard for Kieran Barry to come out and defend against that, because certainly the ball that's gone in and the pressure is under inside her. But look, Kevin Maher is a very, very capable full forward coming out, grabbing the ball. You see it, and if he's not 2 points himself in the first half, and if he's not scoring, he's popping it off the players coming through.
Yeah, really, really big target man. There's so much hurling in Kevin Maher as well. Adam English has this one. Again, Leo straight in front. A chance to give Doon a 2-point lead heading into the break. Once English. No problem whatsoever. And that is a 2-point lead. 3rd point of the game for Adam English. And Doon leading 11 points to 9.
Yeah. Could be blown up after this passage of play, I suppose.
Ball breaking now for Barry Murphy from that puck. Murphy to Darragh O'Donovan. Flick pass off the hurley from O'Donovan to his brother Cian O'Donovan. Cian delivering over towards Coleman and Maher once more. Maher, hand is up again, breaks for Coleman, maybe a goal chance here. Dean Coleman taking his man on, pops it over the bar instead, and it's an excellent score in that full forward line. Shorn of Pat Ryan this evening, but Dean Coleman's having a fine game in his absence.
Absolutely. Half time, Dean Coleman with 4 points in play in the first half, 7 shots off, 4 of them going over the bar. That's what you want, to be quite honest, John. It's going to be a tall ask for a hand going in it at half time. They're 12 points to 9 down, 3 points in it. Unfortunate stat for a hand. The most noticeable thing that I've looked at in the first half, they've had 5 shots from play off in the first half, and they've only scored 3 of them. So from that point of view, something that Ahane are going to have to think long and hard and get the ball in quicker, and make it an open as game as possibly they can, because what they're doing around the middle of the field and their half back line at the moment is not working.
No, it is not. It is Doon leading Ahane here at the break in Cappamore, and they lead 12 points to 9. We'll be back with the second half shortly. To Darragh O'Donovan from inside his own half. O'Donovan strikes that brilliantly, and that is the first score of the game for Doon.
Yeah.
When we are in the commentary box, the wind is difficult. That's an outrageous field ball from Tommy Hayes. Goes straight to Tom Morrissey, and Morrissey will eat those up all day long. Now delivering Jack Ryan in time and space, and Ryan from straight in front from Dan Morrissey, and it's Dean Coleman now off his left for Doon, and that's an excellent score. Advice and support to some of his players as Morrissey hits this one between the for Doon. That's Dean Coleman off his right hand side. It's another score for Dean Coleman, which he's navigated very well from the 4 he scored in this game. From
a hand point of view,
yeah, it looks dangerous anytime it goes in there. One by Kevin Maher, and Maher's off. Can he get the shot away off his left? He can indeed, and Kevin Maher once more. Kevin Maher now gets that shot away, and Kevin Maher has sent it. Ball on the ground at the moment, breaks for Dean Coleman. Coleman with the shot, and it's another one for Doon, another one for Coleman as well, and just before moving it forward now, shot coming in from Jack Cosgrove. He's gone high with it. It's a beautiful strike from Cosgrove. It's a beautiful forward. Shot coming in from Ronan Fox. They need it again. That's an excellent score.
It's absolutely a joy to watch. Adam, what a pass.
What a pass from English to Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan
what a score.
With that strike, and you're not going to find too many better points in that other game this evening as Morrissey hits that one. No problem whatsoever. And that is a 2-point lead. 3rd point of the game for Adam English. And maybe a goal chance here. Dean Coleman taking his man on, pops it over the bar instead, and it's a
Brian Healy Electrical are driven to provide our clients with a complete quality, cost-effective electrical service installation and after-sales care service which is second to none, while maintaining safety for all and cooperation with all relevant parties.
Welcome back to Cappamore for the second half of this Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Group 1 Round 5 clash where Doon lead Ahane 12 points. It's half time in the other game in Group 1 this evening as well. Ballybrown leading Kilmallock at the break by 2-12 to 1-9. They were 2-12 to 8 points up after goals from Ross Kenny and Mikey Kiley, but Shane O'Brien cracker has got Kilmallock back into that one in the second half. So Leo O'Connor, 3 points in it here. Ahane with an awful lot of work to do in the second half.
And with an awful lot of work to do in the second half. Like their stats team, when they go in at half time and they look at the stats, there's something very glaringly obvious there in the face that they've only had 5 shots, got 5 shots off from play, and 2 of them went wide. As I said, 3 points in the first half in play. When you're playing with a breeze, that's a frightening statistic for them. But look, like they've got to go out now and throw the kitchen sink at it. Like it's all or nothing in 30 minutes of hurling for Ahane. Maybe just suggesting that like Tom Morrissey needs to go further up the field, become a bigger goal threat. He's coming back, he's trying to come back down the field. It's just the experience of Doon, the way they're playing the game. I said I've been totally impressed with Barry Murphy at centre back, and really tonight a guy that really impressed me has been Jack Ryan. He's getting around, he's finding space and popping off and giving great ball into Kevin Maher, as we said, inside in the full forward line. But look, Doon seem to be just humming along nicely, and certainly you fully expect them to go out in the second half and really push on and dominate this game. But look, we saw it last week. It looked like Ahane were 10 times a better minor team than Doon last week, but Doon kept in there and they toppled it. And look, it's something that Ahane have got to go for. 30 minutes of championship hurling left from this year, and let's go down with their boots on.
That would be the intention of what John Meskel would have said to his charges at half time. The Ahane manager, referee Kieran Gannat, getting us back underway for the second half, throws the ball in. We are underway in Cappamore here, and no changes for either side at half time. It's Ahane in possession. Padraig Harnett delivers it long into the full forward line there. John O'Connor trying to win the ball. He's done very well to win it free there, Leo, and well, he might be only 18 years of age or coming up to the age of 18, but he used a fair amount of experience and know how to win that free. Yeah,
he did. Just come out and showed for the ball right down into the corner, and Tommy Hayes coming through the back of him. And even though he failed to pick it, but just used his young years, as we'll say. And look, Tommy just came through the back of him and committed the free. But certainly a very, very difficult free for Tom Morrissey. Well, he's about 5 yards from the sideline on the 21-yard line. Very difficult angle, shooting into a cross breeze as well.
That's as hard a free as you're going to get in a game here for Tom Morrissey. Scored 6 frees in the first half, 7 overall. The Ahane vice captain. Gets this one away, cuts across it beautifully. Does Tom Morrissey. Well, there aren't too many better free takers than Tom Morrissey in Limerick, and maybe beyond, Leo, but that's as good a free as you'll see.
Yeah, but look, plenty of experience standing over into county frees with 30,000-40,000 people, even 80,000 people above in Croke Park, and he's used all that experience there and a great score.
2-point game again here over on that far side. Will McCormick trying to win it for Ahane. Flicks that ball ahead. It's gone out off a Doon hurley or hand, and it is a sideline ball to Ahane. And positive start to the half for them. A good ball into John O'Connor. They've made a mess of that sideline ball though. Donald Coughlin has picked it up off the ground. Another chance for Tom Morrissey, free.
Yeah, just that's what they need to do to keep that tipping over. Like as I said in the first half, they got 6 points in frees in the first half. Early in the second half, this one goes over the bar, be another 2. So like they're hanging in there. But certainly you just want more energy and more endeavour, and just bring intensity to it and work the tackle.
It is Ahane with a lot to do in the second half. Of course, the score not much between them, but this breeze, which favoured the Ahane men in the first half, very much in Doon's favour. Seems to have died a little for the moment, maybe, but we'll see as the half progresses as where that goes. As Morrissey hits this one, Tom Morrissey has nailed that one as well. Another score for him. That's 9 points overall for the Ahane centre forward, Leo, and giving a clinic in free taking.
Absolutely, it's been absolutely immense for him.
Jack Ryan now off to Aidan O'Connell. Aidan O'Connell strikes that one. Lovely strike from Aidan O'Connell. Again, Jack Ryan involved in it, Leo. You highlighted him moments ago. Just doing the simple things right. Laying this one off to Aidan O'Connell, and the wing back getting a lovely score.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the overlap coming up, the runners coming up the field and driving that ball over the bar.
There's now Ahane on the offensive once more there with Mark Donlan off to Tom Morrissey. Morrissey taking the ball on here. Tries to get a shot away, but the flick comes in from the Doon defender. And there's going to be a sideline ball to Ahane.
Just people think that Adam English doesn't defend. Just look there, 35 yards in his own goals, and he dispossessed, and Tom Morrissey turned it over, but unluckily just went out over the line. But certainly an opportunity, another hand for opportunity to attack.
It's Will McCormick now challenged by Mikey O'Brien, gets the hand pass off. Ball coming across the middle to Jack Cosgrove. Cosgrove trying to get into his hand under pressure, needs a bit of help, flicks it back towards Ronan Fox. Ronan Fox off his left, gets the strike away. It's not a good one from Ronan Fox, and will just go harmlessly over the end line and wide.
Hands first wide of the second half. You need to be creating those chances when you need to be taking from the hands point of view. Ball
long down north side of Maher. Hand goes up from Kevin Maher, and Stan Morrissey picking up the loose ball. Dan Minahan, I should say. And it's Gavin Rossum now in possession for Ahane. And there's something going on off the ball here, and there's a yellow card issued to Kevin Maher. Something he definitely said to referee Kieran Gannon.
I think he was given out about the last ball that came down. He put up his hand outside the belt. He got the belt down the back of the helmet.
Yeah, there was definitely a roar left out by Kevin Maher after that challenge.
And he had a few words with the referee after it. But look, from the referee's point of view, he was completely blind because it happened right in front of him. But the hand player was coming through the back of Kevin, so a little bit of annoyance.
It does provide Tom Morrissey with another free in this one, Leo, by far the hardest one. Certainly from a distance point of view, he's well inside his own 65 metre line. Into what is a very strong breeze.
The distance, just the accuracy here. He tries to force it, but no time he'll just stroke through it.
Hits it very well, does Tom Morrissey, and does it have it? Does indeed. That's excellent from Morrissey. Just give it enough, Leo, and he's up to double figures.
Yeah, as I said, he didn't force it, just struck through it, and he knew confidence in his own distance, and perfect, absolutely.
Go now from Dara Stapleton, heading towards Kevin Maher. It's broken down again by Kieran Barry. But neither side able to win clean possession until Gavin Rossum does so for Ahane. Off to Tom Morrissey. Morrissey off his left, staying down the same line. Jack Cosgrove, Barry Murphy, and Cosgrove just pulling the hurley off Barry Murphy, and it is going to be free to Doon.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. You just see the benefits there of the experience, being able to read it. Young Jack Cosgrove was trying to let the ball come through. Barry just tipped it down, and Jack Cosgrove just grabbed the hurley, and a free for Barry. Dara standing over this one.
I fancy his chances here. Plenty of the hand players in the sideline. Patsy Coffey telling everyone who's calling for time, the time is 5 to 6. That answers that one as O'Donovan launches it towards goal. What a score from Darragh O'Donovan. Point number 3 of the evening for the Limerick Star, and Darragh O'Donovan nailing that one. A good response to what we've just seen from Tom Morrissey as this puck out towards Conor Ryan. It's Darragh O'Donovan getting to it first. And it's going to be a sideline ball for Ahane. Taking quickly along the line. Good movement from Conor Heffernan. Heffernan now delivering down the line towards John O'Connor. O'Connor getting to the ball first. Good work from Tommy Hayes though. Putting him under pressure, and it's Barry Murphy picking up the loose ball now after Chris Thomas. A quietish game today, Chris Thomas. That's good work though to get the ball off to Jack Ryan off his left, delivering inside towards Kevin Maher. Maher out in front of Kieran Barry. Barry sticking to him though. And Maher forced out over the sideline. Line ball for Ahane. And they have certainly, Leo, in the early stages of the second half, upped the intensity a little bit.
Yeah, they upped the work rate, but they needed to be quite honest. And as I said, they're fighting for their lives in 2025 Senior Hurling Championship, and no point in going down with regrets. Go out and attack the thing.
Absolutely not. Good ball up the line now. Breaks into the middle now. It's Ronan Fox with a big chance for Ahane here. And Ronan Fox has nailed that. We're all square for a second time here. Ronan Fox with his second point of the game.
Yeah, and look, absolutely brilliant. As I said, from an Ahane point of view, they're going out. They've upped the ante in it, brought more energy to it, and that's what you fully expected.
13 points apiece here as Mikey O'Brien launches that one. There's no one inside, but he had the advantage. That's going to be a free from distance, and Darragh Donovan trotting over to this one fairly quickly, Leo. He'll fancy it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Darragh coming over the opposite side of the field, roughly the same distance. Absolutely brilliant to see Mikey O'Brien back to full fitness there. He's a big strong lad, came through the Limerick Underage Academy for many a year, and a lad that I thought, to be quite honest, had a lot of promise, but look, picked up a fair lot of injuries, and that quelled a lot of it for the time being. But look, good to see him the way he is in physical condition.
It is O'Donovan, who has 3 points, as we mentioned, 2 in the first half, and that monster free early in the second. Lee Doolan has got a goal inside 2 minutes of the second half to put Ballybrown 312 to 110 ahead in the other game. Here's O'Donovan, hits an absolute beauty again, and Leo, that probably had another 20 yards in it.
Yeah, absolutely incredible striking, to be quite honest. A joy to watch.
Puck out now from Cathal Ryan, heading over towards Tom Morrissey and Jack Cosgrove. It's Cosgrove turning back onto his right side, gets it back to Morrissey. Morrissey with the strike, and Tom Morrissey sent that one to the left and wide. Good work to create that opportunity by Jack Cosgrove, and Morrissey under severe pressure taking the shot.
Look, to be quite honest, Tom has been a hands go-to man, either winning frees or winning possession. But look, it is what it is. From the Hans point of view, they're gradually sticking in there. And look, if they get the break and get that goal opportunity, it's one that they have to take without shadow of a doubt. Ronan Fox on the ball again.
Into the middle from Ronan Fox, a high one for Jack Cosgrove. And Cosgrove and Conor Ryan trying to win it, but Darragh Donovan doing brilliant work for Doon once more. It's off to Barry Murphy, who's going to chance this one from distance, and Barry Murphy has absolutely nailed that one, Leo. An excellent score.
Yeah, looking, you can see the work rate of Darragh Donovan, to be quite honest, is absolutely immense. And he's the more the game has gone on, it seems the more an impact he's becoming on it. He's really enjoying himself out there. He's getting on ball, overturning ball, and as we said, 2 absolutely monstrous frees in the second half.
Huge score there. Now it's Ahane trying to get back into it again here. Delivered up towards Tom Morrissey. And it's going to be a sideline ball. Doon Reading a substitute here. Pat Ryan is going to be coming in for Kevin Maher.
Yeah,
just to offer something different maybe. Yeah, Pat Ryan not fit enough to start, but
it means that the diagonal ball that'll be going in, that Pat Ryan will be getting out, and he'll have the runners coming through, and he'll be laying it off, or else taking on the handful back.
So it is a sideline ball there. Delivered now from Cian O'Donovan. That's an absolute huge strike from Cian O'Donovan. Another score for Doon.
Anyone would be proud of that one. Cian, absolutely brilliant for the confidence, going up the field and popping it over the bar. He must have been 100 yards away.
That's a huge one from Cian O'Donovan.
That puts him 4 points ahead again, John. 17-13. Kevin is coming off.
As Pat Ryan enters the fray for Doon.
Kevin can be happy with his first half performance. 2 points in the first half, and got onto an awful lot of ball and popped it off, and the runners coming through. Really good performance.
Pat Ryan offering a different threat inside now, as Cathal Ryan goes short to Kieran Barry. And Barry off his left delivers up the line towards Will McCormack. Mikey O'Brien getting to him first, but it has last hit the Ahane man, according to Mike Maloney over on that far side. Linesman.
As things stand at the moment now, it looks like that it's
And Doon appears in the semi-finals for sure, and then joined by
Kilmallock and Ballybrown, it looks like.
So, sideline cut to Adam English. Lovely ball from Darragh O'Donovan. English tries to get into the middle. It was half blocked on Tom Morrissey, winning the possession for Ahane. It's Morrissey with the shot to the right and wide, and there one's Ahane. Can't be affording to miss, Leo.
No, they're not, but look, as I said, just keep shooting, keep that scoreboard, trying to get that scoreboard ticking over. Great hook out by the Doon goalkeeper.
Darragh Stapleton. Hand pass doesn't work out though, and Dan Morrissey, who's had a quiet game for Ahane. A lot of the ball being kept away from him up the line. That one goes now, and it's not picked up by Aidan O'Connell. And Ronan Fox now to pass off. The shot coming from Jack Cosgrove, and Jack Cosgrove has sent that one to the left and wide as well. The score 17 points to 13 here in Doon's favour, Leon. A couple of poor missed chances for Ahane the last minute or so.
Yeah, but most importantly for here now, you see the way Doon are working the ball out the field. They're trying to draw Ahane up the field.
And it is Doon in possession. Eddie Stokes over carrying, and that's better work from Ronan Fox and Jack Cosgrove.
But that's the work rate you need. They're going to have to get that work rate up and keep turning over ball over around the middle of the field. Another opportunity here for Tom. He drove one a longer distance, in the start the second half over the bar.
I'm going to have an Ahane sub as well coming in momentarily. It's going to be Kevin Morrissey for John O'Connor as Tom Morrissey lines this one up from just inside his own half.
Kind of a surprise substitute, is it, bringing off John O'Connor? The uncle has been doing reasonably okay at the start of the second half, but probably tired. Lot of training between minor and under and senior hurling teams, so just looking after
might be carrying a knock as well, Leo.
Absolutely.
We're not privy to that info on the sideline here as Morrissey. 10 points in this game so far. Hasn't hit that one well. It's going to drop into the hands of Darragh Stapleton. Stapleton, beautiful switch of play. Knew exactly where his teammates were. And Cian O'Donovan, the beneficiary of the Doon goalkeeper's vision. Switch of play from Donovan, who scored a monster point moments ago. Breaks there for Pat Ryan. Does well to get out in front, Pat Ryan. And his first interaction in the game, tries to play a great ball across towards Dean Coleman. Quieter second half for Coleman, 4 points in the first half, but gets that pass away to Eddie Stokes, and Eddie Stokes finds the target. A very well worked score, Leo, and it's a 5-point lead now for Doon.
Hurling's a simple game and it's played like that. Great ball across the field from Pat Ryan over to Dean Coleman. Dean Coleman popped it back out to Eddie Stokes, gets his composure, sidesteps the tackle and pops it over the bar from 50 yards out.
Excellent score from Eddie Stokes as that substitute goes in for Ahane, and that is Kevin Morrissey for John O'Connor.
Most important thing about that there, John, was the pace that Doon really played at, and the pinpoint accuracy of the pass. And when it goes to hand like that and it creates the opportunity, and you see that they converted it.
And Cian O'Donovan going up challenging Will McCormick there. Great pick up from Jack Cosgrove. Gets it away now to Padraig Harnett, and Harnett heading down that side. Shot coming in, but it's going to drop to the right and wide. Another wide for Ahane. They're starting to build them up now, Leo.
Yeah, that's their 5th wide of the second half and 2 in the first half. So, but look, they're getting shots off. That's the most important thing.
And it's gone out over the sideline on that occasion. Scoreline in Newcastle West is another goal for Ballybrown. 4-14 to 112 now to Ballybrown. They've played 39 minutes in Newcastle West. Barry Adams with the 4th goal here as Doon on the offensive once more. There's a rough challenge there. Padraig Harnett on Gareth Thomas, and maybe a card here for Padraig Harnett, the Ahane number 3.
Yeah, a little bit high, just kind of down the shoulder, the side of the shoulder. I know they're checking the head, but look, I don't think it was that high, but I just think that definite free and picking up a yellow.
And there's going to be a blood sub as well here. Gareth Thomas. Just a reckless challenge from Padraig Harnett. The man coming in for Doon now will be Cormac Ryan. So it is free from Adam English. 6 or 7 metres in from the sideline. Midway between the 65 and 45. It's one Adam English certainly will expect to nail. Strike is good from English, and Leo, no mistake.
Absolutely. The level of free taking here is absolutely off the charts, to be quite honest. You know, you see the composure and just striking through the ball, and it didn't waver, just struck through as straight as a die over the bar.
Puck out there, brilliantly caught by Tom Morris. He needs a bit of help. Gives it back to his brother Dan. Dan now looking at options into the middle. Beautiful ball towards Conor Heffernan, but it is a plethora of Doon players surrounding it, and Dean Coleman being one of them. Ball breaking again onto the ground. Again, conditions. Thankfully, the rain is held off throughout the contest, but heavy underfoot conditions. Dan Morrissey doing well. Padraig Harnett just flicks it ahead. Good touch there from Conor Ryan. Good delivery inside towards Morrissey. Breaks though, and Keane O'Donovan is to it first. He's got Dara Stapleton calling for it, and the pass comes across to the Doon goalkeeper Stapleton, and plays it just a little bit too high for Chris Thomas on that far side. And it's going to be a line ball to Ahane.
Yeah, the last two passes from Doon has been a little bit reckless, and both of them just gone over the player's head. But certainly there was 18 point, 19, 13 up, 6 point gap, and you know the next score is going to be vitally important for Ahane. Ahane need a score to get back into this, and certainly give it hell for leather for the last 10-15 minutes of the game.
Mark Donnellan in possession for Ahane. Needs a bit of help here. Goes into the middle to Conor Ryan. It's Conor Ryan with the shot, and Conor Ryan has hit that one just about over the bar. Lovely score from the Ahane midfield. We saw him get 3 last week, Leo, in the Premier Minor hurling final. He's got another one here.
Absolutely superb striker of the ball, and you know when he gets his composure and he grows up further a little bit, he'll be a joy to watch.
It's Ahane now on the offensive once more. Comes to Mark Donnellan. Donnellan with the strike. Well, that's a poor one from Mark Donnellan. Leo will be very disappointed with that.
Yeah, they need to be converting every one of those, to be quite honest.
And that far side is broken now too. Adam English plays it across, looking for Pat Ryan. They were going for the goal. I don't think Derek McGrath is going to be too happy with that. Darragh Donovan certainly wasn't. Ahane bring another sub into the game, and it is Shane O'Grady that's coming on.
Shane O'Grady coming on, but that is not Doon's first wide in the second half. You know, that'll tell you how accurate they've been. Gets that scoreboard ticking over always in the second half.
That's Padraig Harnett just after receiving that yellow card, the man to depart for Ahane.
Scoreboard now reads 19-14.
5 point game here is Marcy on the offensive. He's been fouled. It was Jack Ryan, I think, that got the hurley in, or Chris Thomas initially, but the foul had been committed before the tackle came in, and Morrissey now with a chance to make it a 4 point game.
Yeah, just he needs to convert this one. A lot easier than the last 3. He hit it nearly back in his own half back line, but certainly he should have the measure of this one.
And midway between the 65 and 45 with Tom Morrissey taking this one on. So 4:15 to 1:12, 40 minutes on the clock in Newcastle. West Ballybrown leading Kilmallock. Be they that finish third if results stay exactly as they are here. As we know, Ahane needing to win to come in to the knockout stages. And Doon currently joining the Piershick in the top 2 and automatically into the semi-finals. Morrissey does make it a 4 point game, Leo, and in the last 11 or so minutes of regular time, Ahane need a big push.
Yeah, listen, they really need to push on, take the opportunities to become available. Young Garrett Thomas is coming back on after the blood substitution there, and they're also going to use Doon's number 18, which is Cormac Ryan. I'd say he'll be coming back onto the field again in a couple of minutes.
And there's a man down there. It's Gavin Rossum that shipped a heavy challenge there. As you said, Doon about to make a substitution here. And it's Cormac Ryan coming back on, as you said, Leo. So he was on as a blood sub, and now he's on as a full sub. By the looks of it, Dean Coleman is the man to depart the scene. Very good first half for Dean Coleman, Leo. As you said, 7 shots, 4 on target, 3 wide, but had a very big impact. Just had a quieter second half.
Quieter second half. Well, the ball hasn't really gone in there in the second half, to be quite honest. But certainly he's impacting the first half. As I said, 7 shots off in over 30 minutes of hurling. That's really good shooting, and as I said, converted 4 of them. So you know he'll be happy enough with the first half performance.
Will be Kevin Rossum having to leave the field momentarily just as he took the helmet off, Leo, and is one of those new rules we've seen this year across the game in hurling. So Ahane temporarily down to 14 players here as Kieran Barry lines up this free. I'm trying to deliver this one as long as possible. It's a good strike from the Ahane captain into the full forward line. Tom Morrissey's there. He's got it. It's Tom Morrissey through and goal. Morrissey going through. Penalty for Ahane.
I said it at once at half time that they're going to have to gamble at some stage and get Tom in there. And certainly Tom was no doubt about it. I don't think it was the second foul. I think it was the first foul was the penalty, to be quite honest, because he was literally nearly tore to the ground, and certainly it's only his strength and his body momentum that got him into as far as the second challenge. But look, an opportunity for a hand to bring it back here and make it. If this goes in, it's a 1 point game, so all to play for.
Huge opportunity for a hand. 19 points to 15. Penalty given by the referee, Kieran Ganap. And it's Tom Morrissey with this penalty. So John Fitz gave him a 2 for Adair in Group 2 earlier in the day. Got a point from the first, barely the second one that has put Adair in the quarter-finals of the 2025 Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. It's Tom Morrissey with the penalty. Strike is good, and it's in the net. 1 point game here in Cappamore. We have 8 minutes of regular time remaining, and despite that breeze, Leo, Doon have been unable to put a hand away.
As I said, like, is this role reversal on the game last week that we did, John, to be quite honest? But look, from their point of view, they've stuck at it and they've kept that scoreboard ticking over, and Doon will be disappointed in their free count in the second half because it's really beginning to mount.
Dan Morrissey going up for that one. Out comes someone else. Was Kieran Barry doing well. Mark Donnellan now trying to win this one. Committed challenge by Chris Thomas, but it's Jack Cosgrove that plays it in long now in towards Tom Morrissey. Morrissey just breaking that one down. He's going to get to it ahead of Keane O'Donovan. 2 here. Tom Morrissey breaks though here for Ronan Fox off his left. Lovely bit of skill from Fox. Gets the shot away. It's level here in Cappamore. Beautiful score from Ronan Fox. His third of the evening. And it really is all to play for now, Liam.
Absolutely. What's 7 minutes to go, I suppose, really, is there? And it's a draw game, all to play for. Doon fighting, or a hand fighting for their lives, getting numbers underneath the puck out here again.
It is Rossum that's got there, and he's been fouled, Andy Rossum as well. Great bit of work by the hand defence, Leo, and just Doon need a lift from somewhere here, because they're just looking a bit flat-footed in the last few minutes. And maybe even at some stage for large parts of the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. The ball is bypassed midfield after picking up another free here now. Tom will come back to hit this one and try and put him a point ahead.
Conor Ryan has done brilliantly all evening again, Leo. Real player to watch throughout this senior championship, and he's had another fine game today, winning that free.
Absolutely, but as you said at half time, we spoke about it, it has to come from somewhere, and that, like, for the next 30 minutes of the second half, it had to come from within a hand. Tom Morrissey has been absolutely exemplary. He's getting on the ball every free, he's drove it over the bar. So look, it is what it is from their point of view, and like Doon have let him back into the game, being caught, there's 1 or 2 passes that went astray over the line, being a little bit negligent, and Han have crept back into it. Hats off to him.
Yeah, all credit due to Han in the second half. Quick update from Newcastle West, where Ballybrown are now leading 4-17 to 1-12 against Kilmallock. 16 minutes to play there.
If this goes a Han's way, it looks like Kilmallock will be the team losing out. That's
the way it looks at the moment here on this Super Saturday of the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. It's Morrissey. He's been exemplary throughout this evening on his own 65.
He's gone straight over the bar.
Tom Morrissey has nailed that one. And once again here, we're going to have another sub here for, I'm just waiting to see. Yeah, it is going to be Doon. It's Owen Fitzgibbon wearing number 2, not starting the game though, coming onto the field for Doon.
Mikey O'Brien,
yeah. So Leo, we've 5 minutes of regular time remaining here, and it's a hand leading.
Absolutely, as you said. Let's see what Doon have in the box now to come out and take on this challenge. Set him up nicely for a semi-final berth.
Puck out now from Stapleton, and it's long towards Pat Ryan. Ryan now no chance, and again good defending by Gavin Rossum, and it's a hand coming away with possession once again. Dan Minahan moving forward with it 3 times. He's got it though. Well, it's good pressure from Doon that have caused that. Eddie Stokes, the man who was putting it on with Donald Coughlin. A chance now for Doon to level immediately. And Adam English has had a relatively quiet second half with this free.
Yeah, and look, a difficult enough free, to be quite honest. It's 50-60 metres out to the left of the goals, and look, players of experience, it's one that you think he would be converted, but let's see what happens. As I said, the energy, you see the small bit of energy, Doon found themselves a point down, and look, that energy there underneath that dropping ball.
It's English now with this free. Hits it very, very well indeed, straight as an arrow, Leo. And we're level for a 4th time here in Cappamore.
Yeah, that's only, to be quite honest, that's only, in fairness to Ahane, you got to take their hat off. That's only their 4th free that Doon have that they've conceded inside their own half, whereas the free count for Ahane is absolutely astronomical from Doon's point of view.
Adam English has it now, looking for a loose man. He's found it. Beautiful pass there to Cormac Ryan. A chance to put Doon in front here. Ryan, well capable of scoring, and that's exactly what Cormac Ryan has done. But Leo, the vision and precision of the pass from Adam English. I was just saying he did that quiet half. Take that one away.
Take that one away, yeah. Just stepped up there and took the opportunity, and what a ball across the field and to Cormac Ryan and banged it over the bar.
It's Ahane on the attack once more. Barry Murphy there though, winning the dirty ball for Doon and coming away with it as well. He's won a free. Gets the offload to Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan inside, trying to beat the loose man. He's done it. It's not taken over by Pat Ryan, and it's won back there by Dan Minahan. Minahan, short pass now to Andy Rossum. Rossum has Kieran Barry on his flank, and it's Barry with possession, going long with it in towards Tom Marcy in full forward. Tommy Hayes is out in front. Call for Tommy Hayes to carry, and that's exactly what he's been doing. But Doon have thrown it. He's thrown the ball on that occasion. And again, the work rate there from Kevin Morrissey on this occasion
and the
has
ball
won
been brought
a hand of
forward
free,
now.
and it's been brought forward to make it even easier for Tom Morrissey to level it once again.
I don't know what to say to play, but will a point do Ahane? Will 5 points, will that get him into the quarter final? Probably will if Kilmallock are beaten. 21 points, plays 117 here with what? Time nearly up.
And we just checked that momentarily here as this one by Morrissey. Again, one of the relatively easier ones he's had in this game. So it's Morrissey to level it. So Morrissey to put a hand back in front. Oh, it is to level it, just checking the score. And he has done exactly that. Leo Rod Square, we're running out of time. This one has been a cracking second half. Puck out comes from Cathal Ryan. They're out down the middle. English put the hand up, didn't get in there, but Eddie Stokes there, and he's won it for Doon. Stokes under pressure, gets the pass away, but Ahane have numbers aplenty back there, and they have the ball as well here, and they come away with it. It's Conor Ryan delivering inside for the run of Kevin Morrissey. Owen Fitzgibbon is out with him. Morrissey has it, tries to play it across the middle towards Mark Donnellan. Barry Murphy is there, he's been fouled. Free into Doon, a chance for Darragh O'Donovan to nail this.
He nailed one earlier in the second half from that nearly the exact same position, I suppose 10 yards further infield, closer to us. But just look at Barry's after taking off the helmet. Is Barry after picking up a niggle?
He'll have to, if he's taking off the helmet, Leo, he'll have to come off.
Just Kevin Morrissey's after picking up an injury at the far side of the field just after coming on, and he was responsible for the last free to bring it back to a draw game for Ahane. So a quick exit for Kevin at the far side of the field.
Yeah, and it's David Carr that's come on for him, wearing number 20, so that's a shame for Kevin Morrissey. It had a big impact for Ahane since he's come on.
I can see all officials now, they're questioning the amount of extra time. And this one goes wide.
Yeah, to the left and wide. A chance for Doon to go one up once again. Doesn't go to plan. So they will come down to a scoring difference, I think, or could be a playoff. I'll just double check that. And we will keep you up to date. If Ahane get a point here, they will go level with Kilmallock. And it will depend on that one. We'll double check that. Sideline ball for Ahane.
Barry just picked up with Dunt coming out with that one, just carried the ball over the line. And a line ball for Ahane.
There's going to be a line ball here, and Ronan Fox. I think we have 3 minutes of additional time.
3 minutes of additional time coming down the line. All to play for.
Ronan Fox delivers it low, breaks for Chris Thomas. Hand pass isn't the best, Adam English, and stops him picking it up. Conor Ryan gets that hand pass away. It's Ahane working it into a scoring position. Kieran Barry is out there now, falls to Dan Minihan, well capable of putting it over the bar as Dan Minihan. It's going to drop though for Dara Stapleton, and good hands from the Doon goalkeeper. Looks to pick a player out, picks them out to perfection. Shot now coming here from Cian O'Donovan to put Doon ahead. What a score from O'Donovan, and may have just nicked this one for Doon.
Absolutely, but a composure from the Doon goalkeeper from Dara Stapleton to pick him out 70 yards out in the sideline, turned and popped it over the bar. Great score.
1 point lead for Doon here, and they have possession once more. It's Eddie Stokes, hand pass into Pat Ryan. Ryan gets it up at the second attempt. Pat Ryan taking his man on, he's been fouled.
Free
Ryan
in.
going for goal, saved by Cathal Ryan. The free comes for Doon, and a chance to go 2 points to the good and deep into injury time. We played nearly 2 minutes of it, and it is Doon leading 22 points to 118.
Yeah, 22 points to 118. Doon a point up at the moment by the scoreboard, but there seems to be people questioning it down underneath us. But look, this to put them 2 points up.
It's Adam English right in front, a little bit to the left of the goal, but Adam English will go through his routine. There are a few murmurs about the score. We have it at 22 to 118. That was confirmed as the scoreboard being right by the fourth official, Patsy Coffey. And Adam English makes it 23 to 118. 2 point game, Leo, and Ahane need another goal.
Ahane need another goal, but certainly with the threat of Tom has come out a little bit out the field, maybe we're better off he went back in around the square. He's underneath this puck out trying to win it.
Ball on the ground here breaking, and Ahane need this one to fall in their favour. Ball still not coming out of that ruck as of yet. And again, referee Kieran Ganna happy to leave it go. It has gone to Ahane. They've got a free as well. Do they have enough time, Leo, to throw this one over and try and get a draw?
They'll probably get one puck out after this, to be quite honest, so it'll be all or nothing on the last puck out. Fully expecting to put this one over the bar.
It is, well, Ahane, Leo, if you see in front of us here, they're pushing everyone into the square, Leo, so this one, they may not have any more time left. As Morrissey lines this one up, we have all but 2 players inside. Morrissey, top spin on it, breaks, pulled on, and it's in. It's not, it's a square ball. Square ball, the whistle was blown by the referee. Is it a penalty? Has he given a penalty? Well, there's a handman down.
Looks like he was. There's 2 Ahane players on the ground.
There's a number of players on the ground.
And there's a Doon player picking up a yellow card. It looks like a penalty for Ahane. The complete opposite of what we experienced last week.
And it's the same goals, Leo.
Absolutely. Some free out of Tom. He put plenty of top spin in it. And when the initial block came on and you see the ball spinning off the hurley. Is it Cian O'Donovan's penalty?
It is indeed a penalty to Ahane. It was hard to see from here, though. The sun in our eyes, belated evening sun here in the resplendent Cappamore, but what a dramatic finish we have. Tony Hayes has got a yellow card in that incident. It was number 18, Shane O'Grady, that pulled on the ball, Leo. Maybe it was a late pull on him that has resulted in this penalty for
a red card for Dara O'Donovan, is it?
A red card for Dara O'Donovan as well, is there? Dramatic finish. We saw it last weekend between these two sides as well in the Premier Minor Hurling Final at that end as well. It was Doon that got 2 late goals that evening, Leo.
Is this deja vu to last year as well? Same situation where Doon where Ahane just got over the line against Doon.
So it's Marcy.
Game over on this one, I'd say.
To put Ahane in the county quarter-finals next weekend. It's Marcy. Saved by Dara Stapleton. And that is the full-time whistle. Drama Cappamore here as Tom Morrissey's penalty was saved. And Doon go into the semi-final, topping Group 1 of the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. Ahane's season is over. And the result now between Ballybrown and Kilmallock isn't irrelevant, because if Ballybrown win, they play Dare next weekend, and of course then that will mean that Kilmallock face off Monaleen. But Leo, Plenty of drama to finish this one off here in Cappamore.
Loads of drama to finish the one off in Cappamore. 23 points, there's 118, a 2-point win for Doon. But certainly a game that had everything, to be quite honest. When you're thinking about a man of the match, it's a hard one to call here.
Thankfully it's not me picking it, the O2.
From the winner's point of view. But look, I think today Woody's worked great over around the middle of the field. And certainly he, in every way in the first half, trying to create as much space as he could when Doon were playing against it. I think we'll go with Jack Ryan here today.
And Jack Ryan is the Mike O'Connell Menswear Player of the Game. Leo, an exceptional game of hurling. We're going to have the highlights now. Stay with us for the live action, or live reaction, I should say, hopefully from the man of the match, Jack Ryan. But Leo, your final thoughts on what has been a very entertaining, dramatic conclusion to Group 1 from our end anyway. Obviously the game in Newcastle West still going ahead at the moment.
Absolutely. Look, this was a game that at Doon looked to have won and been comfortable and played really well in the first half, playing into that breeze. When the second half, Doon, or Ahane, came out and took the challenge to Doon, kept the scoreboard ticking over. There's a lot of learnings from Doon from this game, to be quite honest. I think 13 or 14 points from frees they conceded. So from that point of view, the free count has to come down. And going forward, as they move on to the county semi-final, at this stage they'll have a break now for 3 weeks or a month before they play the county semi-final. And look, all to play for from Doon, but certainly from the Ahane's point of view, they'll be very grossly disappointed. They had the opportunity to get over the line and take advantage of the opportunity that came their way, but look, it didn't happen. And certainly it wasn't for the fault of Tom Morrissey, to be quite honest, because he was the exceptional player out there today for Ahane. As I said, I think he's 13 points in frees. But look, Ahane will be grossly disappointed because the opportunity was available to him to get over the line and get into that county quarter final. And who knows what can happen because championship, the hurling takes a different element from that, from the perspective of intensity, work rate. It all increases. But look, a very close win for Doon, one that they'll know they're after getting away with one. And from the Ahane's point of view, very disappointing. Certainly the opportunity was there to win it, steal it in the end, but look, it didn't happen.
Stay with us for highlights of this game and live reaction coming up. It is Ballybrown still leading comfortably in the closing stages in Newcastle West. It looks like they're going to finish third. Doon first, then Piershick second. They're into the semi-finals, and it is now Ballybrown and Kilmallock looking to join them at this stage in the knockout stages, as well as Monaleen and Adair from Group 2. Many thanks to Leo O'Connor for his expert analysis. We'll be back with that post-match reaction and with the highlights, so stay with us for those.
Brian Healy Electrical are driven to provide our clients with a complete quality, cost-effective electrical service installation and after-sales care service which is second to none, while maintaining safety for all and cooperation with all relevant parties.
To Darragh O'Donovan from inside his own half. O'Donovan strikes that brilliantly, and that is the first score of the game for Doon.
Yeah.
When we are in the commentary box, the wind is
That's
difficult. That's an outrageous field ball from Tommy Hayes. Goes straight to Tom Morrissey, and Morrissey will eat those up all day long. Now delivering Jack Ryan in time and space, and Ryan from straight in front from Dan Morrissey, and it's Dean Coleman now off his left for Doon, and that's an excellent advice and support to some of his players as Morrissey hits this one between the for Doon. That's Dean Coleman off his right hand side. It's another score for Dean Coleman, which he's navigated very well from the 4 he scored in this game from
the Ahane point of view.
Yeah, it looks dangerous anytime it goes in there. One by Kevin Maher. Maher's off. Can he get the shot away off his left? He can indeed. And Kevin Maher once more. Kevin Maher now gets that shot away, and Kevin Maher has sent it. Ball on the ground at the moment. Breaks for Dean Coleman. Coleman with the shot. And it's another one for Doon. Another one for Coleman as well. And just before moving it forward now, shot coming in from Jack Cosgrove. He's gone high with it. It's a beautiful strike from Cosgrove. It's a beautiful forward Shot coming in from Ronan Fox. They need it again. That's an excellent score.
It's absolutely a joy to watch. Adam, oh, what a pass.
What a pass from English to Darrell O'Donovan. O'Donovan
What a score.
with that strike, and you're not going to find too many better points in that other game this evening as Marcy hits that one. No problem whatsoever. And that is a 2-point lead. Third point of the game for Adam English. And maybe a goal chance here. Dean Coleman taking his man on, pops it over the bar instead, and it's a gets this one away, cuts across it beautifully. There's Tom Morrissey. That goes as Morrissey hits this one. Tom Morrissey has nailed that one as well. Aidan O'Connell strikes that one. Lovely strike from Aidan O'Connell. Again,
he just stroked through it.
Hits it very well, does Tom Morrissey. And does it have it? Does indeed. That's excellent from Morrissey. Patsy Coffey telling everyone who's calling for time. The time is 5-6. That answers that one as O'Donovan launches it towards goal. What a score from Darren O'Donovan. Absolutely not. Good ball up the line now. Breaks into the middle now. It's Ronan Fox with a big chance for Ahane here. And Ronan Fox have to put Ballybrown 312 to 110 ahead in the other game here as O'Donovan hits an absolute beauty again for Doon once more. It's off to Barry Murphy, who's going to chance this one from distance. And Barry Murphy delivered now from Cian O'Donovan. That's an absolute huge strike. 4 points in the first half. It gets that pass away to Eddie Stokes. And Eddie Stokes finally. Strike is good from English. And Leo, no mistake. To Conor Ryan. It's Conor Ryan with the shot. And Conor Ryan has hit that one. Just Doon currently joining the Piershick in the top two and automatically into the semi-finals up this free. I'm trying to deliver this one as long as possible. It's a good strike from the Ahane captain. Into the full forward line. Tom Morrissey's there. He's got it. It's Tom Morrissey through and goal. Morrissey going through. Penalty for Ahane. Group 2 earlier in the day got a point from the first. Buried the second one that has put it there in the quarter-finals of the 2025 Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. It's Tom Morrissey with the penalty. Strike is good. And it's in the net. It's off his left. Lovely bit of skill from Fox. Gets the shot away. It's level here in Cappamore.
He's gone straight over the bar.
Tom Morrissey is nailed. It's English now with this free. Hits it very, very well. He's found it. Beautiful pass there to Cormac Ryan. A chance to put Doon in front here. Ryan, well capable of scoring, and that's exactly what. Oh, it is the level. Just checking the score. Picks them out to perfection. Shot now coming here from Cian O'Donovan to put Doon ahead. What a score from O'Donovan! That was confirmed as the score were being right by the fourth official, Patsy Coffey. As Morrissey lines this one up, we have all but two players inside. Morrissey top spin on it, breaks, pulled on, and it's in. It's not. It's a square ball. Square ball. The whistle was blown.
Is it
by
a
the
penalty?
Referee. Has he given it? It was the number 18, Shane O'Grady, that pulled on the ball, Leo. Maybe it was a late pull on him that has resulted in this penalty for.
Alright, Ahane just got over the line against Doon.
So it's Morrissey.
Game over on this one, I'd say.
To put Ahane in the county quarter-finals next weekend. It's Morrissey. Saved by Dara Stapleton. And that is the full-time whistle. Joined now by Jack Ryan, the Mike O'Connell menswear player of the match here this evening after Doon's dramatic victory over Ahane, which books a semi-final place. Jack, here's your voucher from Mike O'Connell menswear. First of all, it was one of those games where you couldn't kind of put Ahane away, and Tom Morrissey with that chance at the end, it could have taken the victory away from you. But thankfully, from your point of view, you're into the semi-finals. You're fairly guaranteed of that anyway, but you've come into the semi-finals with a win.
Yeah, look, I suppose objective achieved coming here to get the win today, to get into the semi-finals. That's what we wanted and that's what we got. But as you said, we've a lot to work on in the next few weeks, and probably, I suppose, with the missing end, they probably deserve. They hurled better in the second half there. We went in 3 points up, but they brought it right back. We couldn't put them away, and they probably did deserve to win in the end. So look, we're through the semi-final and objective achieved, but a lot to work on for the next few weeks.
What was the thought process? You saw Tom lining up that penalty. It's a heart in the mouth kind of stuff. You were in such a good position midway through the second half. They came right back into it at the end with his first penalty and obviously the second one that Darren made a great save from.
Yeah, look, sure, he's exceptional. Like, even the first penalty, when you see the second one, you say it's probably going to go the same way. But look, Darren stepped up. John, when we needed him, and saved it, got us the win. So look, we're delighted. But yeah, as I said, I know the penalty Tom missed at the end, but he was exceptional throughout the game. I don't know what did he probably got 2-10 or more. Probably John, an exceptional performance from top class player. So again, look, we have to learn how to handle those big players that we're going to meet over the next few weeks. So it's just again something we need to work on in the next few weeks.
You do have a 3-week break, as you said. you are where you want to be. The easiest route to a final is through the quickest route, which of course is straight into the semi-final. But as you mentioned, a lot to work in those 3 weeks. I'm sure Paul Keane and Derek will have you well ready for the semi-final, whoever you face.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they'll have a few choice words for us now when we go back into the dressing room or over the next week with, I suppose, the level of performance there and even the level of performance in the last weeks. We probably haven't hit the peak that we want to. We've hurled in patches, but again, we've been, as I said earlier on, we've been poor in patches as well. So look, all we can do is work on it the next few weeks and see where that takes us. We're going to be meeting top class opposition in the semi-final, whoever comes through. So we're just going to have to work towards that for the next few weeks. Yeah.
Many thanks to Jack Ryan or Michael O'Connell, menswear man of the match this afternoon after Doon's victory over Ahane. 1 second, John.
Brian Healy Electrical are driven to provide our clients with a complete quality, cost-effective electrical service installation and after-sales care service which is second to none, while maintaining safety for all and cooperation with all relevant parties.